I've tried to build a journaling habit about 100 times. I would buy a new notebook, I would look up the new routine, I would try a new system, and every single time I would fall off the wagon and fail. I just kept looking for the perfect journaling system or the most optimized or ideal journaling system. But after failing enough times, I asked myself a different question. What is the simplest journaling system for me? And after switching my mindset to focus on simplicity, I started to see these four massive barriers that were holding me back from actually building a journaling habit that I was happy with. And once I took the time to solve these four problems, journaling has become basically effortless now. I do it every day. So in this video, I'm going to share my 4 rules of simple journaling. These are the exact things I've done to make journaling stick for me. And here's what they're going to solve. Rule number 1 removes the friction from journaling. Rule number 2 removes the pressure from journaling. Rule number 3 removes the perfectionism from journaling. And rule number 4 removes the confusion from journaling. So if you've ever struggled to maintain your own journaling habit, I would bet it was one or all of those same problems that I kept running into. I'm going to go over how I solved those 4 problems to build my journaling habit myself, and hopefully it can be valuable to you on your journey as well. Let's get into it. Okay, so rule number 1 is simple. Remove all the friction and make journaling as simple as possible. I know this sounds so obvious, but we're human beings. We find ways to complicate things. So one thing you can do is making sure your journal is portable. If your journal is gigantic or it weighs 1,000 pounds or it's falling apart, it's going to be hard to take with you, and therefore it's going to be hard to have with you whenever you need it. I would recommend you shrink your journal size down to where it can fit into a pocket. For example, I got this gigantic notebook, this gigantic journal a while ago because I was like, heck yeah, I want a gigantic journal to write in because it's just awesome. More space equals better. That's what my mind thought. However, this freaking giant thing, I'm not carrying this with me everywhere. It's so inconvenient. And so I downsized to a smaller journal, and it's been huge for me because I carry it everywhere and it's really simple to bring with me anywhere I go. And even this, you could shrink it down even further to where it can fit in the pocket. I don't like that this one can't fit in my pocket. I wish it could, but I like the size too much. So anyway, if you need, shrink it down even further so it's even more portable. Another thing you can try is leaving your journal open at your workstation. So for me, when I get to work, I'll boot up my computer and I pull out my journal and open it. And the reason being is if my journal's open, I'm more likely to jot things down in it as they arise, or I'm more likely to give it time if it's front of mind. That's just one little hack you can do. And the last thing that is so obvious, but might not be that obvious that could be a good reminder, always keep a pen with your notebook. All I'm trying to do is remove the barrier. So if you have a pen on your notebook, it's open on your desk, and it's portable, you're just removing all the barriers here. Your journaling should follow the path of least resistance in your life. You need to make it as easy as possible. So that's rule number 1, remove all the friction. Rule number 2 is all about removing the pressure. And how do you remove the pressure of journaling? The best way I could sum it up is that one sentence counts. I avoided journaling for a long time because I felt like it's this thing that I need to dedicate all this time to. I need to block out half an hour. I need to block out 45 minutes so I can just navel gaze and think about all these parts of my life and really dedicate all this time. And I need to put on really deep classical music or something in the background. And when you think journaling is that's super intimidating and kind of frustrating when you don't have time to just spend aimlessly like that. You don't need to fill pages and pages of profound thoughts for it to be journaling. Truthfully, you get to redefine what journaling means to you. And for me, what really helped is just this idea that one sentence counts. If all I can get to that day is journaling one sentence about how I'm feeling or what's going on, then that counts that day. You should redefine what journaling means to you to where it's useful and serves you. That's what all this is about. And so if you're trying to build a journaling habit, you should lower the bar to make it really, really simple to do, even if that means just writing one sentence per day. And one sneaky trick of this that's true too is if you write that one sentence down, chances are you'll keep writing. Truthfully, just starting is the hardest part. But I think the second rule is all about removing the pressure of journaling. You get to redefine what journaling is to you so that it just serves you, because that's the whole point of this whole thing. Okay, and now for rule number 3, no editing allowed. The highest value of journaling is because it's raw, because it's unedited. Editing is such a massive skill in life in creativity, in kind of every domain except journaling. Editing your journal entries kind of takes away the entire point of journaling. When I gave myself that simple rule of there's no editing allowed here, this is just a pure brain dump, get it out of your head, externalize it from your head onto paper, suddenly the world opened up to me. When I finally removed the need to be perfect from my journaling habit, it helped me so much. I think so much of our life is about editing ourselves, editing our work, editing our personalities, editing ourselves in social situations to be accepted. Editing is like one of the ultimate skills of being human, but it can be a massive hindrance to our journaling practice if we are over editing our own thoughts while we're just trying to get them out. So this third rule of there being no editing allowed in your journal is the best way to beat perfectionism in your journaling habit. Okay, my last rule number 4, is that prompts are your secret weapon. I've had days where I'm ready to check off those 3 rules that I just listed, and I still feel like I don't know what the heck to write about. I'm staring at a blank page, and a blank page can be incredibly intimidating. If you're looking at a blank page and you're trying to just generate feelings, a lot of times what's going to come up is the most kind of generic, top of mind stuff that's going on in your life. I need to run these errands later, or this meeting today was really annoying for reasons A, B, and C. But what is so helpful about prompts, especially well written prompts, is that they open doors you didn't even know were there before. And it takes you from something extremely vague and amorphous and tough to understand into something highly specific, very sharp thinking about a very specific detail of your life. You're going from an inch deep, a mile wide, into a mile deep, an inch wide on a lot of different aspects of your life. Prompts allow you to just go way deeper into all these different areas of your life that maybe weren't even top of mind, but that are bubbling underneath the surface. So now you're probably asking, cool, prompts sound really helpful. Where the heck do I find them? If I'm just staring at a blank notebook, there's no prompt for me to use in that scenario. And you're exactly right. That's the problem I kept hitting is like, man, I would love a prompt while I'm journaling. And so right now I'm going to do a shameless plug of a thing I started to solve this problem. And it's called the Daily Journal Club. And essentially it's where I write a daily email that has one thoughtful journal prompt along with a little bit of my reflection on that prompt for the day. So you never have to start your journal entries from a blank page again. These are the prompts I use every day, and they're really, really helpful for me. And if you don't like staring at a blank page while you're journaling, check out the description below and sign up for the Daily Journal Club. And not only will you get the daily prompts sent to your inbox, but actually the first post in there is called 52 Journal Prompts to Get Unstuck. And so if you're feeling stuck right now, or if you just want a place to start, give it a shot. It's totally free. You can unsubscribe anytime. It's something that I was really looking for and couldn't find anywhere. And so if you never want to start from a blank page again to make journaling really simple, this is one way to do it. So shameless plug, go sign up for the Daily Journal Club below. That is my 4th rule. Prompts are your secret weapon. Find prompts that work for you and then let them do the heavy lifting to open those doors that you didn't even see in front of you. So in summary, rule number 1 is all about making journaling frictionless. Rule number 2 is all about removing the pressure from journaling. Rule number 3 is all about taking the perfectionism out of journaling. And rule number 4 is all about using prompts to no longer be confused by journaling. Those are my 4 rules of simple journaling. They've helped me massively, and I hope that they help you too. And again, if you want a thoughtful journal prompt sent to your inbox every morning so you can take the guesswork out of journaling, sign up for Daily Journal Club below. It's in the description. Do it, guys. It's free. You can unsubscribe if you don't like it for whatever reason. I think it's cool. I use it every day, so go give it a shot. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep journaling and thinking clearly. Bye, y'all.